try to model what you do so they see what you're doing, okay? So typically what I do here, hi, welcome, this is the way we're going to access the course. You're going to climb up either on that cargo net or this cargo net over here, so this is going to be a representation of that. When you climb up, you're going to have the lobster claws on your shoulder, and you're going to climb up the net. When you get to about waist high with the platform, there's a big sign there, stop sign. We want you to stop there. Facilitator will be on the platform and will ask for your claws. So at that time you can hand the claws to the facilitator. And we're going to clip one into the cargo net and then invite you up onto the platform. So please, participants, do not climb onto the platform till we invite you onto the platform. And once you're on the platform, we're going to take number 2 and clip that into the platform belay cable. I usually, at this point, I talk to my participants, say, am I hooked in? Yep. Am I hooked in?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and now I transfer that second one. Most of the time you're going to have both of the clips in place, but this 2 lobster claws allows us to keep you always clipped in. So this is how we do our transfers right here. Okay? Notice I'm putting these again in reverse position, opposite of each other, and I'm using one hand to do my transfers. Okay? Either hand you can do, but just use one hand. I'm modeling this again. I'm starting here because I do want to see that there's a transfer process. So please come this way. Now I'm going to take my transfer. So I'm going to take one claw. I'm going to transfer it to my second element. And this is the way we're going to get around up here on the top. And I'm going to do my other transfer right here. I'm clipping and shaking to make sure that these are on there because they can get this way where they come right off. So make sure you give it the good old shake test. This is another time I like to talk to people about these lobster claws and how we use them. So we can extend the length of the lobster claw by simply pushing up on the knot. We can reduce the length of it by holding on top of the knot and pulling the knot down. Okay? So they may ask, why do you do this? Okay, so if they're very short and you're moving across an element, they're designed that you can get from one side to the other. So if you see that you're hanging up, you don't have enough, it's difficult to traverse, just simply push up on it, make them longer. If they're very long and you come off the cable and you're hanging so far below the cable, it's more difficult for you to self-rescue yourself, which we're going to look at here in just a second. So I generally recommend that we're somewhere right in the middle, and the facilitators can always talk through and coach you through your lobster claw use while you're up there. One important fact is you never want to have your lobster claws more than about this far. You're not up this far. We may need that. We may need that, as you saw yesterday. We may need that extra to give us some slack. I don't usually say to our participants why I need that. I just say it's a lot easier to adjust them when it's not pushed all the way up against the claw, which is true. That's difficult, but the real reason is we need it in case we need to lower somebody. Okay. The other thing about lobster claws is we want to keep our best friends together to avoid. How was that for drama? Not so good. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Very, very, very much. All right. Anything else on the lobster claws? Okay. And usually I like to make them real short, so as my participants come up and I start doing that and it won't reach, I can say, oh, it won't reach, and see if they bump it up for me. And so they've already learned how to adjust that. All right. So the next thing is just a simple way to get back up on the cable should you come off.